All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello. My name is Darius Anucauskas, and I'm the Chief Market Analyst here at Markets.com. And today is Thursday, ladies and gentlemen, the 24th of July, 2025. Look, I wanted to pick up on one commodity which has been in the spotlight for some time, but then kind of the tides have faded away a little bit. But I think we're at an interesting spot, especially from the technical analysis perspective. And the instrument is cocoa futures. And this commodity, basically, our beloved chocolate, and which is made of this commodity. Of course, we all need to kind of care. If you are, if you do love chocolate, then you do care. Look, in general, I would say this way, that for now we have seen the prices declining. The future futures of cocoa price have declined, and yeah, so far so good in a way, right? I mean, we had this crazy moment once back at the end of this year of 2024, and this was when we were getting reports that we were seeing some natural disasters in Western Africa, where basically two-thirds of cocoa is produced, is grown, and yep, we were seeing some climate issues in there. There were some issues with the trees. Basically, they were getting sick, and but of course, I think that some things that were not mentioned in general, that there were some political issues as well, business and political issues, because as we know now, we know that there's a lot of corruption in terms of that certain land which should be kind of designated for growing trees, basically it's kind of used for mining. So you're always measuring which business is more profitable, right? Look, but I think that since then, I think some measures were taken, or at least we want to believe that. And the price has stabilized. It moved back down because, look, we at one point we were here, we were testing the area around the almost close to 13,000. I mean, that's, yeah. Now comparing it to where we are now, and we're around just like below the 9,000 mark. So, yeah, that's in general that's a significant hit. It was a significant drive here to the upside, especially looking at this when we were before that big rally, and which started like from mid-November and lasted all the way to mid-December. We were at around 7,000, and then we've kind of rallied all the way to that almost to 13,000. Look, since then we retraced, we moved lower, and looking at this technical picture now, this is what kind of picked my eye and caught my eye, is the fact that we were trading within a falling channel pattern. Now, look. This, of course, is of course, this is just a view. This is my personal view. You might agree with it or not, but certainly the fact that we're now coming closer to the upper side of the falling channel, gives me an indication that maybe there could be a breakout here at some point. We're not rushing into this yet, because again, it could give us like something like a false breakout, and then just kind of at the end of the week remain below the upper side of the falling channel, and kind of that's it. So we have ourselves a nice fall breakout, a nice falls breakout, and then we just kind of remain inside the falling channel and continue to slide lower. Looking at this weekly chart, by the way, it kind of gives a better picture. You can see that the 100-day EMA on the weekly chart provided fantastic support. We also had a false breakout here, and then it reversed. So now the question, like I said, are we going to get a hold up here near this upper side of the falling channel? If we will, great. Okay, we could see a little bit of a reversal back down, but ideally, I would prefer to see a drop somewhere below this 7,000 kind of 700, 600 zone around here basically, in order to get a little bit more comfortable with the downside, because I think that this is a key area of support. Yes, it got violated, but as we saw on the weekly, it was more of a false breakout here moment. So so that's what I'm saying. So at the moment, it seems that there could be a breakout higher, but then the problem is are these EMAs on the daily chart, which are kind of a little bit in the way. So if you really want to get comfortable with the upside, I would say not only that we need to see a break of this upper side of the falling channel, but also a clearance of the EMAs in order to kind of to see the price shifting above the EMAs, which could be seen as a bullish indication. Nevertheless, we're watching this one very carefully. Like I said, I wanted to pick up on this exotic commodity, if we can name it this way. I do like to look at these exotic commodities, and yeah, we there is a possibility, there is an opportunity. However, we need clarity, so we need confirmation. As you can see, while we are talking, there the price is kind of bouncing around here, and yes, it seems like this upper side of the falling channel is providing some good resistance. Let's see if it can continue doing so. If it can, then maybe a little bit of a retracement back down here towards maybe the 8,000 zone could be possible. But like I said, my preference for the downside is to wait for a drop below this territory, somewhere below this 7,600, 700 level, and then we can go from there. But for the upside, yes, if we do start breaking the upper side of the falling channel, that's wonderful for the bulls, but then also just a clearance of these EMAs could be nice as well. Look, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, keep your eyes on this. I think these exotic commodities do present themselves with some nice opportunities, and yeah, we'll let me know in the comments what you think, if you agree or not, and we'll go from there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching and listening. I really appreciate your time, your views, your likes, your comments, everything. So hope you found this useful, and till next time, till my next I'll see you next time in my next video update. Bye for now.